What's up? How are you today? Are you trying to figure out a way to make kick-ass videos on YouTube or elsewhere in your business? Do you want to make sure that you are giving out videos that bring value for your peeps, that really drive the growth of your peeps, and that they can walk away implementing things and seeing and truly feeling results? Well, of course you do. If you're about to embark upon this video thing, you want to do it right and you want to do it well. And let me tell you, that is absolutely possible, but it's all in the scripts. That's right. It's in the scripting. How you develop your scripts, what you put into your scripts, and also how entertaining you can make your videos is all in the scripts. So if you want to find out exactly what I'm talking about and how to make the best video scripts for your YouTube channel and for your business, then keep watching, because I'm about to break it down to you and share my favorite 3 hacks for making the bomb video scripts. Let's get to work.
You an entrepreneur, I got what you need.
Welcome back and welcome to CPTV. I'm CP, of course, and you are in the place for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs who want to turn their passions and ideas into businesses, and then ultimately those businesses into 6- and 7-figure empires. So if that sounds like you, you are in the right place. Make yourself at home and welcome. Click that subscribe button and that bell so that you don't miss any of the golden nuggets, tips, tools, strategies, and step-by-step processes that I am going to teach you in order to get to that next level in your entrepreneurial journey. So today I am excited because we are talking about video scripts, and I have gotten tons of questions from so many of you out there that says, how do I make the videos that I make? How are the videos that you see here on CPTV such great quality, and there's so much entertainment, and they're so energetic, and there's so much extra stuff in them? And I can tell you they are all because of the way that I write my scripts. Now, I am about to dive into these steps with you. So you're going to want to grab a pen and a paper because you're not going to want to miss it. And don't forget to make sure that you download my free sample video script. I am actually giving you one of my scripts that you can use to create your own video script outline and to begin to kind of create your outlines and your video scripts. So make sure that you click the link in the description below. Or you also click the one that's in the comments to download my free video script sample and template. So now that we've done that, let's dive into these steps. All right, step number 1, determine your idea and topic. I am constantly brainstorming new ideas for content and for videos. It is one of those things that I would say is the bane to my existence because I'm always in that mode. I'm always thinking content. And even when I'm just alone doing stuff personally, having a drink, I'm like, oh my God, that's a great idea. So determining your idea and your topic is the first step. And it's hard, you would think, to come across those ideas. But if you keep good track of things that are coming to your mind, then it's going to be pretty easy to do. Now, I keep track of mine in multiple ways. Inside of our content strategy and our Monday.com system, I have an idea bank. And every single time I think of an idea, I add it to that idea bank so that I can always go back and pull from it. Right now, the idea bank probably has about 70 different topics in them. The second thing that I do is I listen to the feedback and the questions that I am receiving on all of my social media platforms, that I'm receiving from my consulting clients, that I receive from my coaching clients, and that I receive from my students in my Startup Membership Academy. Those questions are content ideas. If people want to know, if it is a pain point, it is a potential topic and idea for you. So it's really important for you to keep track of what those ideas are. Now, the second thing that you've got to do in this first step to determine that topic is do your research. So once you've got an idea around what you may want to do, it is very important for you to do research on exactly what you want to communicate. But beyond the steps or the ideas or the specifics around that topic, you also want to do your research to make sure that you have the ability, especially on YouTube, to rank in that topic. Now, I use one of my favorite tools called TubeBuddy, and it will help me determine how many searches are for that idea to give me a good idea around how many people are actually looking for what I'm thinking about doing. It will also give me keywords surrounding those ideas where I particularly would rank in those ideas, and it allows me to truly SEO or set up search or SEO for my video. That's a big part of determining that topic or idea. So like I said, I've got tons of ideas in my idea bank, and I may say I want to do these 10 topics, but once I implement this research step into this and I find out that we wouldn't be ranking well, or there aren't a whole lot of people out there searching for it, or we wouldn't necessarily have a lot of keywords or truly be able to SEO this topic, I scratch it, or I just save it for a future time when it would rank better, or when the keywords would be more available, or when people are actually searching for it. So in order to complete determining that idea and that topic really, really thoroughly, you want to make sure that you're keeping track of ideas ongoing, but then you want to also implement research to ensure that when you decide to actually produce the video for that topic, that it is warranted, that people are looking for it, and that you can ultimately handle it and experience some success for it. Step number 2 in creating perfect video scripts is to organize your thoughts. Once you have determined the topic and the idea, and you have actually done the research and figured out this might be a good topic for you to pursue, it is time to get your thoughts organized. That's one of the hardest things that I have found when it comes to producing an amazing video script. And that's why you'll see that I like to break things down into steps or into subtopics. Now, the very essence of what I do as an entrepreneur is I help people create step-by-step processes to starting and growing their businesses, specifically as it surrounds their operational processes or their sales and marketing processes, their human resource processes. I'm just a process-oriented girl. So my brain naturally works in a step-by-step way. And I've also found from years of speaking and years of training that people learn better when you break things down into steps or into subtopics. It also keeps things simple and allows people to really get information that they can use and then see results from. And that is truly the key in organizing your thoughts to make a great script. So I will oftentimes bring out a notebook. I know I'm kind of old school, but I use my electronic notebook, so don't judge me. You know, the Remarkable. I've talked about it before in a whole different video. As a matter of fact, if you're wondering what a Remarkable is, I'll go ahead and link to that video right here because it is amazing. And I grab my Remarkable. At the top, I list what the topic or idea is that I know I've researched, that I know people are wondering about, that I know I'm going to do well in, and I just begin to organize my thoughts. Like for today, I was able to say, all right, people want to know about video scripts. How am I going to teach this? And I said, all right, what are the steps that I go through in order to completely make a good video script every single time? And that's how I came up with the actual script itself. So I would definitely tell you to organize your thoughts, jot them down. And I just jot down 4, 5, 6, however many steps it takes in step-by-step, subtopics, steps, rules, whatever it is. And that allows me to begin to craft the rest of my script. So now that we've talked about steps 1 and 2, let's get into some of these amazing hacks, because steps 3, 4, and 5, girl, the hacks are plentiful and you're going to want to see these. Now let's talk about step number 3, because this step has 2 of my favorite hacks built right in. And that is create your starter written script. Yes, I do use a written script. And sometimes I get the question, do you literally type out everything that you're going to say? Or do you use an outline form? Or do you use both? Well, I can tell you right now that I have actually done all of the above. It just depends. I have literally written out word for word everything that I'm going to say. I use my trusty teleprompter. I plop that script in, and then when I'm talking to you, I'm reading from my teleprompter word for word. That is a much longer script development, written script process, but it also eliminates bloopers and cuts, and it helps out with the editing process. And in the beginning, my editor loved it because most of my scripts, especially on YouTube, were kind of spelled out in bits and pieces. So it made it very easy for him to be able to edit. But I primarily now use the outline version. And that's because sometimes thoughts just aren't coming to me as well when I'm trying to write out a detailed script. Now, in Contrast to that, when I am creating my digital online courses or my digital video trainings, those are definitely more scripted because they are a lot more intense and I dive into the very specifics of how to get things done. And in order not to miss things, I really do map out that particular word for word script. But it is very important for you to have a written script, whether you decide to write everything out or whether you decide to just do it in outline form, which is what I primarily use on YouTube and wing it a little bit. You have to make sure that you've got something written down. If you don't write it down, you will go on and on and on. It will make for a very expensive editing or long editing job. It'll be expensive if you use somebody on the outside. And if you do your editing yourself, it's going to take you forever. Then you're going to be like, oh my God, I totally forgot to say this, or I went off on this tangent over here, and it's going to annoy the crap out of you. Trust me, I've tried it. And then I got to go back and actually create the script after the fact, which is a whole different ball of wax, y'all. It's a whole different annoying little ball of wax. But if you are trying to figure out, well, what should my script look like? I want to make sure that I mention once again, down below in the description or in the comments, you can click a link and actually grab my video script sample and template. I am giving you exactly what I use to create my scripts. And I have found over the years, after tweaking just a little bit, that this works wonders. It allows me to write out what I'm going to say and outline my bullet points, but it also allows me to inject all of the fun stuff that you want to make sure you are including in your videos. Fun stuff like captions, fun stuff like music clips, fun stuff like funny movie clips, fun stuff like sound effects. Yes, if you use the video template that's down below and you grab a copy for yourself, it will allow you to incorporate all of those things. So make sure that you grab it. Now, hack number one that I use is this script template that I just told you to grab. The format of that template works wonders. It allows for so many different things. And that's hack number one. Use the template that I'm giving you for free. It ain't costing you nothing. Maybe just an email address. You will have it. You can grab it and it'll be yours. Hack number two is word dictate. So as you can see, when you talk and you are in dictation mode, Word will actually take your language and turn it into readable text, period. It will also do so much more. I absolutely love this feature of Word. Yes, I use Word Dictate to help because when I'm writing an outline, or even especially when I'm doing a more detailed word for word script, I like to make sure that it sounds like I'm speaking and not that I'm writing or that I'm reading a book. If you just sat and listened to someone read a book over in line for line and word for word, you would be bored out of your mind and stop watching. Word Dictate allows me to speak into my microphone and just have a conversation. And while I'm having that conversation, it is actually typing what I am saying into the video script template that I talked to you about in hack number two. And it is dictating and writing and actually just taking my words and putting it into writing. I am not the best typer. I got fingernails, y'all. That prevents a lot of good quality typing. And I also don't type the same way that I speak. When I am in video, I am speaking and I want to sound like I'm speaking. And Word Dictate changes the game when you are writing scripts. Now, it not only is good for scripts, but it's also good for emails. It's also good for text. It's also good for all kinds of stuff, but I ain't gonna get into that right now. So hack number two, use the Word Dictate feature. It is going to change the game for you to be able to create even word for word scripts if you want to, and still sound like you are speaking with personality and with vigor and energy. Step number four, record that video, boo, and let it flow. Yes, you got to record the video, but you have to let it flow. So I just talked to you about using that script template and whether or not you want to do a word for word script or an outline script, it doesn't matter. I encourage the use of hack number three, and that is use a teleprompter. Yes. Now, I already did a video recently on all the video gear that I've used in my business to produce videos, and I talked about my favorite tool, the teleprompter. I use it. Whether my video script is in word for word form or in outline form, it helps me continue to look at the camera and you guys not even notice that I'm actually reading from a teleprompter. It will list the bullet points that I want to make sure I touch upon. I can see them. It can tell me word for word and it scrolls very slowly. Now I'm going to go ahead and link to my favorite teleprompter down below. Now this is a higher end teleprompter. There are tons of options. I'm actually in the market right now for more of a mobile teleprompter because if you haven't noticed, I've switched up the game a little bit to spice up my YouTube videos and I'm doing them a lot more vlog style. So I'm walking around, I'm changing my backgrounds, I'm changing my scenery, and it's really difficult to have a teleprompter when you are doing that. So I'm actually looking for one that allows me to be more mobile so that I'm not walking around with my script outline that you can see here with me and I can focus my eye contact on you when I'm actually teaching. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not bad to have to look down every once in a while, but I prefer to keep it 100% professional and 100% tight. So a teleprompter is an amazing way to use the information that you have done in step 3 and actually put it to paper. So record that video and let it flow. Now that's not the end. There is still another step and I want to get into that with you right now. And step number 5. After you have recorded, it is time to review your results, add your B-roll and your personality in the side notes. Yes. Remember that video script template that I told you to get? Grab it in the link below. If you didn't already, it's going to be critical. Well, on that side where you see that column where I've actually inserted different tips and tools and things that I want inserted into the video, that is where you want to make sure you are adding more gusto. Now, as I'm writing my scripts, sometimes ideas come up where I know that I want this B-roll inserted or this video clip inserted or this piece of music inserted, because those are things that I love, especially if it's a funny movie clip. I love movies. I love R&B music. I love that stuff. And I think that it's great for personality. But even after I hit record and I record that first round, I then go back, rewatch the entire video. And while I'm watching the video, especially when I'm using outline mode, because you can't always predict what you're going to say when you're using just an outline versus a word for word script, I go back, I watch my video, and then on those side notes of the script template, I begin to insert directions, B-roll inserts, graphic inserts for my editing team to use in order to edit the videos. I also have a director that goes through those videos and they work directly with my video team, my editing team. And he'll go through, watch all of the videos and insert additional things that I couldn't even think of. And that's some of the ways that we actually make the videos fun. We make them look professional. We add the graphics in, we add the clips in. You guys get a sense of my personality. And all of that is done in step number 5. That is why my hacks are my favorite, because after you've done the recording, it is so important for you to rewatch the video and add editing notes. Now, don't just add them for your editor. Add them for yourself, because you will come up with ideas when you're outside of the editing window that you wouldn't necessarily do if you're in the thick of editing. Give yourself the direction. Say where you want things inserted. Say where you want graphics put in. Say where you want fly-ins and sound effects. And then let your editor, who I have an amazing one, he goes back through it as well and he adds his own flair. So by the time the video is done, it's gotten my side notes, my director's side notes, and my editor's side notes. And then ultimately we end up with a really cool and awesome CPTV episode. There you have it, my love. How to make the best, the bomb, the spiciest video script of the gods. This script method that I just taught you will help you make the bomb content videos. It will help your audience get what they need, really fall in love with your video, and it makes making videos so much fun and easier to do. I batch my video scripts, which allows me to batch my video recording and content, and I'm not spending all day long every day making videos and making content. But I hope that you love this. I hope that you enjoy. I hope that you encourage and incorporate a lot of what I have taught you today into it. And if so, come back to this video and let me know in the comments below the types of results that you're seeing. Do you find it easier to make videos as long as you use these tips in this script template that I've given you today? If so, let me know. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video, come back, give CP some more love. And until next time, my loves, I will see you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.